At 25, I knew one thing. If I worked hard enough, I'd be successful. But nobody told me this. No matter how hard you work, without the right money rules, you take one step forward and one step back. Every single year. Today I'm going to share the 7 money rules I wish I had known at 25. Every single one of them made me think I wish I'd learned this sooner. And every single one is backed by real research, real investors, and real data. Michaela Aloka is a 28-year-old personal finance coach. Her net worth? Over $500,000. But in her early 20s, she made serious mistakes: credit card debt, lifestyle creep, constantly delaying investing. In her interview with CNBC Make It, she said, "The mistakes I made in my 20s cost me years. But learning them early is 1,000 times better than learning them late." Today we're going to talk about every single one of those mistakes, and more importantly, how to avoid them. Warren Buffett once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." This video is exactly that. 15 minutes, 7 rules, each one applicable today, not someday. Today, not for money, for freedom, not for stress, for security. Let's go. Rule number 1, and perhaps the most insidious trap of your 20s, lifestyle creep. What is it? Every time you get a raise, every time you get a promotion, your spending grows at the same rate. Bigger apartment, nicer car, more restaurants, more vacations. Your income rises, but your savings never move. Michaela Aloka defined this trap perfectly. You feel like you're working hard, but you never save anything. That's lifestyle creep, and it's silently destroying millions of people's financial futures. According to a Vanguard survey, nearly 75% of Americans failed to meet their savings goals last year. Most of them had higher incomes than the year before, but their spending grew faster. Charlie Munger was blunt about this. Without self-control, getting rich is impossible. People don't want to hear that. And Ray Dalio added, "Someone who can't manage their spending can't manage their investments either." 2 of the greatest investors alive saying the same thing. The fix: when you get a raise, don't increase your spending. At least not for the first 6 months. Direct that extra money immediately to savings or investment, automatically, before you see it. Your action step this week: look at your last 3 months of bank statements. Has your spending grown alongside your income? If yes, when your next raise comes, apply this rule. Rule number 2, and the one I regret most, delaying retirement planning. At 25, retirement feels impossibly far away. Age 65 feels like another lifetime. But that exact feeling is what destroys your financial future. CNBC senior personal finance correspondent Sharon Epperson says it clearly. If you want to be able to stop working one day on your own terms, you should start contributing to retirement savings as soon as possible. And the math behind that advice is staggering. Let's talk numbers. Someone who invests $200 a month starting at age 25 at a historical 8% annual return reaches over $700,000 by age 65. The same person starting at 35, around $280,000. Waiting 10 years cost them over $400,000. Buffett put it in one sentence: someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Your retirement account is the tree you plant today. Where to start in the US? If your employer offers a 401k with matching, contribute at least enough to get the full match. That's free money. Not using it is leaving money on the table. No 401k. Open a Roth IRA. Tax-free growth. Anyone can open one. Your action step this week: check if your employer offers 401k matching. If yes, are you maxing it out? If not, adjust your contribution this week. Rule number 3, without an emergency fund, nothing is safe. I learned this the hard way. Car broke down, took out a loan, got sick, credit card debt, all of it preventable. Financial experts are unanimous on this. You need at minimum 3 months, ideally 6 months, of living expenses in a dedicated emergency fund. This isn't investing. This is insurance. And without it, every unexpected expense becomes a financial crisis. Michaela Aloka is direct about this. Without an emergency fund, any unexpected expense pulls you into a debt spiral. and getting out of a debt spiral is far harder than never entering one. A Vanguard study found that people with an emergency fund experience 60% less financial stress than those without one. This isn't just about money. It's about psychology, about freedom, about sleeping at night without your bank account on your mind. Your action step. Do you have an emergency fund right now? If not, this month, move 10% of your paycheck into a separate account. Only for emergencies. Don't touch it. Don't invest it. Just build it. For 6 months. Then invest. Rule number 4, and perhaps the least talked about, invest in yourself. Warren Buffett has said this repeatedly. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Charlie Munger echoed it powerfully. I have never known a wise person over a broad subject matter area who didn't read all the time. None. Zero. Tom Corley's research confirmed it. 88% of the 233 millionaires he studied read at least 30 minutes every day. Not social media, not news, books and financial education. Investing in yourself isn't just reading. It's developing skills, getting certifications, learning a new language, building your network. Research from NCPD Federal Credit Union shows that people who actively invest in themselves see their earning capacity grow 15 to 20% faster than those who don't. And when your earning capacity grows, so does the money available to invest. Knowledge compounds just like interest. The earlier you start, the more powerful it gets. Your action step this week. Is there a skill you've been meaning to learn but keep putting off? Today, order a book on that topic or start a free online course. Coursera, Udemy, YouTube, all accessible. Zero cost. Potential return, unlimited. Rule number 5, without a budget, money cannot be managed. I know, budgeting sounds boring, restrictive, miserable, but hear me out. 76% of the millionaires in Tom Corley's research actively used a budget. Michaela Aloka puts it perfectly. A budget isn't restriction. A budget is freedom. Without knowing where your money goes, you cannot control where it's going. And without control, you're just hoping. And hope is not a financial strategy. The simplest budget system that works, the 60-20-20 rule. 60% of your income goes to necessities, rent, groceries, transport, healthcare. 20% to savings and investment. 20% to yourself, restaurants, entertainment, travel. Someone using this system saves every month and enjoys their life. Both are possible. You just need a system. Not discipline alone, a system. Your action step this week. Open last month's bank statement. Sort every expense into 3 categories. Necessities, savings, fun. What percentage is each? Knowing these numbers is the first step to changing them. Rule number 6, and the trap most commonly fallen into in your 20s, not understanding how expensive credit card debt actually is. The average American credit card interest rate in 2024 is over 21% annually. What does that mean? If you have $5,000 in credit card debt and you're only making minimum payments, it will take you years to pay it off. And by the time you do, you'll have paid more in interest than the original balance. You borrow $5,000, you pay back $10,000. One of Michaela Aloka's clients had $8,000 across 3 credit cards at age 23. She was only making minimum payments. When Michaela calculated the interest, paying it off would have taken 11 years. 11 years, almost her entire 20s and 30s. With Michaela's guidance, she used the debt snowball method, starting with the smallest balance first. Every card she closed gave her more motivation. 3 years later, every card was paid off. Completely. You don't have to give up credit cards entirely. But the golden rule, pay in full every month. No balances. Ever. Charlie Munger summarized this with brutal clarity. Living with high-interest debt is like living in a trap with no exit. Your action step this week. How many credit cards do you have? Which ones carry a balance? Calculate exactly how much extra you could pay this month to accelerate payoff. Then do it. Rule number 7, and perhaps the biggest regret, the cost of delaying investing. Let me save a little more first. I'll wait until the market dips. I don't know enough yet. It's risky. Do any of these sound familiar? We've all said them, and we all paid the price. Michaela Aloka is clear. Even if you're only contributing $5 a month, you're doing something. And that something changes everything over time. Ray Dalio's all-weather portfolio strategy says, diversifying well is the most important thing you need to do in order to invest well. And Buffett cut through all the noise. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. The solution isn't to avoid investing. It's to learn, then invest. Start small. Start with index funds. Start with what you have, because the perfect moment never comes. The best time to start investing was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Where to start in the U.S. S&P 500 Index Fund, available through Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab with no minimums. You're buying the entire U.S. market. Historically, over any 20-year period, the S&P 500 has recovered and grown. Total stock market ETFs, even broader exposure, low fees. And if you have high-interest debt, pay that off first. Because paying off 21% credit card interest is a guaranteed 21% return. Your action step this week. Open an investment account if you haven't. Make your first investment, even $50. Because a $50 investor identity is infinitely more powerful than a $0 one. 7 rules. Avoid lifestyle creep. Start retirement planning today. Build your emergency fund. Invest in yourself. Use a budget. Stay away from credit card debt. Start investing early. Every single one of these, I wish I had known at 25. But here's what I also know. You're watching this video, which means you have this knowledge right now. And the distance between knowledge and action is just one decision. Charlie Munger spent his entire life saying one thing. Take a simple idea and take it seriously. Throughout this video, you received 7 simple ideas. Now, take them seriously. Apply just one of them this week. Just one. Because one rule is infinitely more powerful than 0 rules. And one rule, over time, becomes 7. If this video gave you something, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Subscribe for this kind of content every week. And drop in the comments, which of these 7 rules is your biggest regret? I read every single one. See you in the next one.